My dad called me at the classified government agency where I work, telling me to go back home for an arranged date. Bad luck, of all people to run into. It had to be Yasmin Zhang. She's Mr. Smith's right-hand woman. As the murmurs from the crowd grew louder, Ms. Zhang's expression became even more smug. You little bitch, how dare you insult me? Do you have a death wish? Faced with her threats, I couldn't care less. In fact, I found it almost amusing. Ms. Zhang, I suggest you watch your language. If you really piss me off, not even your boss will be able to deal with the consequences. Watch my ass. After cursing at me some more, she seemed to feel it wasn't enough. She rolled up her sleeves and charged at me again. What? Ms. Zhang, resorting to violence at the drop of a hat, are we? She swung at me several times but couldn't even touch the hem of my clothes. She instantly became furious. You little brat, try dodging one more time. I'll call Mr. Smith right now. Just you wait. I didn't fight back against the secretary's repeated provocations, only dodging. It wasn't because I was afraid of her, but because before I left the agency, my boss had repeatedly instructed me, your every word and action represents the image of our agency. When you're out there, don't get into conflicts with others no matter what. Besides, I didn't know how to fight. Either I don't act at all or I go for the kill in one strike. Seeing that I wasn't saying anything, Ms. Zhang thought I had chickened out. She raised her hand and charged at me again. At the critical moment, a roar came from behind. Stop right there. 02 Yasmin Zhang, you're my personal assistant. How can you casually start fights in public? A tall, muscular young man, surrounded by bodyguards, strode quickly to where we were standing. Are you William Smith? I asked. I carefully examined the man in front of me. I had to admit, my dad did have good taste. He was wearing a tailored suit, with sharp, chiseled features. If I had to find any flaw, it would be the cold look in his eyes as he gazed at me. Mr. Smith, since this is our first meeting, please allow me to briefly introduce myself. My surname is Chen. Given name Jessica. I'm from. No need. William impatiently waved his hand to cut me off before I could finish. We've met now. We're not compatible. Get off the plane. At that moment, I almost thought there was something wrong with my ears. I had gone through layers of approval from my agency superiors to take even half a day off. We had barely met, and he wouldn't even let me finish introducing myself before telling me to leave. He was clearly treating me like an idiot. Thinking about this, my temper immediately flared up. You must be William Smith, the man my dad set me up with for this arranged date. Right. Isn't it a bit rude to not even let me finish speaking before asking me to leave? Hearing my words, William let out a derisive laugh. Manners, why don't you take a look in the mirror? Do you really think you're worthy of me? He glanced at me disdainfully. I don't know what my dad was thinking, wanting me to marry some trophy wife like you. With those words, the crowd erupted once again. What? This girl is actually Mr. Smith's fiancé. This is unbelievable. A country bumpkin like her who's never seen the world dreaming of marrying into a rich family. She should take a good look at herself and